Have you been refreshing the rumors pages every single morning, desperate for news on the iPad 12? Honestly, you need to stop. The news I have for you today isn't what you expected. Some reports say the base iPad is dead. The silence from Apple is deafening. You might feel let down, even a little panicked that Apple is killing off their most sensible tablet. But here is the contradiction that's going to wake you up. The iPad 12 isn't dead. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, and you can take that to the bank, it is completely finished. It's done. Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about this massive new leak, because it changes everything we thought we knew about Apple's tablet strategy. Gurman confirms the design is set, the hardware is locked, and the iPad 12 is literally sitting in a warehouse right now, boxed up and waiting for a green light from Tim Cook. But if it's boxed up and ready to ship, why didn't we see it at the recent Apple event? Everyone expected it. Instead, we got cricket sounds. That delay feels like bad news. You're thinking factory delays or chip shortages, right? The reality is far more strategic. There is a shocking reason Apple is keeping this device under lock and key that is going to change how you look at your next upgrade decision. I'll explain that later in the video. First, let's address the confusion. You probably saw those scary rumors floating around the internet, specifically from places like MaxTech, claiming Apple canceled the base iPad entirely. Ignore all that noise. MaxTech simply does not have the same proven track record, nor the deep insider sources that Gurman has. So, you can take a deep breath, the iPad 12 is real. But what's inside is what matters. Gurman confirms the iPad 12 is jumping to the A18 chip. That is a total game changer for the base model. This isn't the usual, slightly faster, refreshed calculator upgrade. Usually, Apple sticks an older chip in the base model to save a few bucks. Not this time. But why would they do this? 18 speeds are just a bonus. The real reason is Apple Intelligence. Right now, the iPad mini, Air, and Pro are all moving into the future of AI. The current base iPad is stuck in the Stone Age. Upgrading to the A18 fixes that glaring problem immediately. I know what some of you are thinking. I'm 60 years old. I don't need AI to help me type an email. That's a fair point. For most normal people, AI still feels like a futuristic toy. But Apple is betting its entire ecosystem on it. Selling a brand new device today that cannot run tomorrow's features is a mistake Apple won't make. It's like buying a brand new Mercedes that doesn't have fuel injection. It just makes zero logical sense. And because it needs that AI power, the iPad 12 is also getting 8 GB of RAM. Finally, you, like me, probably leave way too many Safari tabs open. You tell yourself you'll read them later, but let's be real, you won't. This extra RAM means the iPad won't constantly refresh those 45 tabs when you finally click on them. The whole experience is going to feel premium and responsive for 4 or 5 years minimum. Okay, here is where things get a bit repetitive. If you were hoping for a radical new look, or maybe tactical desert titanium, you're going to be disappointed. The physical design is staying exactly the same as the 2022 redesign. Flat edges, modernish bezels. We might get some fun new colors, but given how lazy Apple has been with colors lately, they will probably just recycle the pigments they already have in the warehouse. More importantly, your expectations for the screen need to be managed. This is still a budget device after all. The screen will be non-laminated, meaning there's that tiny air gap. It will not have OLED and it will stick to standard 60 Hz. I already know what's going to happen. People are going to complain loudly online that a non-laminated screen in 2026 is a joke. They are going to say Apple is being cheap. But as experienced buyers, we have to look at the logic. This specific iPad exists for parents, students, and kids. Kids drop things. Kids spill drinks. A non-laminated screen is significantly cheaper and easier to fix than an OLED panel that costs more than the device itself. For a parent, that durability isn't a flaw, it's a feature. So here's the payoff you was promised. If the iPad 12 is finished, boxed, and sitting in a warehouse, why didn't they release it at the event? The reason is strategic cannibalism. This is all about the brand new MacBook Neo. Apple is pouring every ounce of marketing energy they have into that new product category. This is a first iPhone moment kind of launch for them. They need the Neo to be the main character. Think about it logically. If they released the cheap, hyper-efficient iPad 12 on the exact same day as the $1,000 plus MacBook Neo, it would be a marketing nightmare. Reviewers wouldn't know which to review first. Buyers would get confused about whether to buy the premium tablet or the efficient laptop. The Neo spotlight would vanish. The base iPad is a household name. It doesn't need a huge introduction to sell millions of units. So Apple paused the iPad 12 release to protect their massive investment in the MacBook Neo launch. So what is the final verdict? In my opinion, the iPad 12 is shaping up to be a total budget powerhouse. The massive jump to the A18 chip, combined with 8 GB of RAM, turns this from a basic tablet into a genuine 4 or 5 year investment. It finally brings Apple intelligence to the masses, and it's totally worth the wait. Every loop is closed, every mystery solved. It is alive, it is powerful, and it is coming later this year. This video just saved you from panicking, but your next upgrade decision depends on this. Knowing it's sitting in a warehouse with an A18 and 8 GB RAM. Are you holding out, or have you already given up and bought an Air? Let me know which side you're on in the comments below. I want to see how many of you are actually willing to wait for the value play.